Hey guys, long time no see. Today I wanted to talk about books, and I haven't read a lot of... I can't talk today, I'm sorry. I haven't read a lot in January because I was finishing my final paper, so I really didn't have a lot of time to read, and when I had, some time, didn't really feel like reading at all. So this video will be a little bit more boring, but I promise you the February wrap-up will be a lot more books because I definitely made up for it. So to start off with, I have a book that I can't show you right now, but it is the fourth book of the Game of Thrones series in German. So that would be the second half of the second book in English. And I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was quite okay. I don't really remember a lot because actually, it's been more than a month away and I'm not good at remembering things in books, so I can't tell you too much about it. I probably had the same issues as always, that there were so many characters and I'm always confused, and there's always some that I completely forgot, and then I just read about them again and I'm like, who the hell was that? But other than that, I think some stories are very, very, very interesting, and I really want to know what's going on there, especially with Jon Snow. I really want to know what happens to him. This is so crazy. And then also, I really don't know. Oh yeah, with the dragon girl. That one is also very interesting, even though it's a little bit weird right now at the point that I am with reading the books, but yeah. There are very interesting stories and then some that are not as interesting to me. I think there was a battle in this book which I thought was a little bit disappointing, but I might be wrong because I get the books mixed up a lot. So I really want to keep on reading this series, even though it is always between like whatever 3 or 4 stars for me, but I think it's still very good and interesting, but it's just so many stories in one that I just can't give it 5 stars because there's always things that are boring to me and I would rather read from another person's perspective, and yeah, that's just the issue that I have with this kind of storytelling. And then the other book I read is a very short one, and this is Artemis Fowl. I gave this one 2.5 out of 5 stars. I was quite disappointed. So this one says that it is comparable to Harry Potter, which I think is the worst description for a book ever, because no book in the world is comparable to Harry Potter. And this one in particularly is not. It has absolutely nothing to do with Harry Potter other than that it's a British author. You could say that, right? He's Irish, whatever. It's a boy in like 11 or 12. What age is he? 12 years old boy. I really can't talk today, I'm so sorry. And then you have several books and it's always 1 year later. So that is the biggest comparison probably, or the biggest similarity to Harry Potter. Other than that, I mean, the book is tiny for sure, and it is supposed to be like a children's book, so you're supposed to read this when you're about 12 years old, and I thought that was horrible. The main character, I know many people love the series, so I'm sorry, but this just doesn't work for me. The main character is so weird, he's kind of rude, he thinks he's the most important person in the world, he's quite rich, and he's a criminal mastermind, and obviously I would never want my child to live up to such a person, I'm sorry. And maybe this is very ironical and very different, and I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. And then you have a lot of sexism in this book, not in the like in your face way, but like the I don't know, the German word is latent, like, you know, at the base there is some sexism. So you have two female characters in this book. One of them gets captured and what's the English word? Blackmailed? No, that's not the right one. She basically gets taken and they want to blackmail the department she works for, and the other female character is just, I don't want to say she's stupid, but whenever she does something, it's described what kind of makeup she's wearing, like with her glittering eyeshadow, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, that's nothing that's interesting in a female character. I don't care what color or sparkle she has on her eyelids. I don't know, that really pissed me off. I don't like that at all. And that is the only two female characters, and there's a whole bunch of male characters. Like there's Artemis, there is his like butler, his guardian, his bodyguard, and there is the boss of the girl that gets taken, and there is a tech geek that is male, and just all bunch of male characters. So why no girls? Aren't girls allowed? Aren't they cool? Are they only there to wear eyeshadow? I don't know. I think this book is just not made for a 12-year-old. And I can understand if people like it, but I just, you know, I don't see that this would work for a child, you know? Children until a very high age are not able to decide whether something is right or wrong. They just learn from what they experience because, you know, the separation in right and wrong is a social thing. We make that up. So children don't, you know, come to the world and know all about good and bad. No, they have to learn it. And I think a book like that can completely confuse a child if it's in this phase where it's trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong. Because obviously, this main character, he's blackmailing an agency and he wins and he gets all the money and he's so not likable and he's still the cool guy in the end. I don't know, that doesn't work for me, I'm very sorry. And I know I said I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars and now I'm bashing it completely, but obviously there were a few interesting parts and it's not a bad book, it's nicely written and stuff like that. I liked that it was quite short, so I could get through it, but yeah, the whole story, oh no, not my, oh gosh. Now I get so enraged that my eyeliner is smudging. What? No. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up quickly. I just think the age group totally not working for this kind of age group. If you're a adult and you want to read it and you think it's like super ironical and great and stuff, okay, do it, fine. But just for like children's, and that is what I expected, it's not working. Also, I don't think the world is super original. I don't know, like with the people living under the earth or like inside the planet. I don't know. And there is a lot of characters involved, like you have elves and all that kind of shit that I totally confuse every time. So I am obviously reading the German version. So we had Elfen, we had Wichte, and we had something else that is very similar, Feen, I think. And they're completely different. You don't know why because you're never told. And for me, that's all the same kind of thing. I'm sorry, I just get so confused with all these different types of creatures. I don't know, it's just, I had a lot of problems with this book. So yeah, I think you can enjoy it, but I did not. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I did is, I only have the first book, so I wasn't sure whether to continue with this because usually I hate unfinished series, I like to finish series. So I found audiobooks for it and I'm listening to them right now, and I think that is a great medium to, to listen to. It is much better, I enjoy them much more, and yeah, so maybe if you think about picking up the series, try audiobooks. I think they're very much more pleasant, whatever. So that's what I wanted to say for that. So I'm still continuing the series just on audiobooks, and I will talk about more of the books in February, definitely. And then I wanted to talk about a game, and this video will be super long, I'm sorry. I gave my boyfriend this. This is The Wolf Among Us, and it's by Telltale Games. I love this so much. Please go and check out the Let's Plays for this, because they totally got me sucked in. I love the world, I love the art style. I think it is fantastic. It's basically like a comic movie that you can make decisions in. So this game was just so much fun. It was quite expensive to get it in Germany, but I'm pretty sure you can get this quite cheap in the US. I don't know, but it's amazing. Just please go and try it. And it is set in the world of Fables, the comics. So you play the big bad wolf, and you interact with all these kind of fairy tale characters, like Snow White, like Belle and the Beast, and stuff like that. And it is quite dark. Here it is only for people that are over 18, so if you're younger, probably not the right content for you. It is quite dark and quite gritty. I loved it so much, and yeah, it made me really want to pick up the Fables comics, but I've heard that they get worse when you read them, so if you have read them, please let me know what you thought. Yeah, that's just a little quick thing I wanted to throw in here because I loved it so much, and I really want a second season or something like that. And yeah, so that would be that. I promise you there will be more books next month because I'm crazy right now and I have all that time because I'm waiting for my last test, kind of like, what's it called? I have to defend my final paper. I don't know what it's called in English, I'm sorry, but I'm waiting for that, so I have a little bit of time to read and I enjoy that so much. So have a lovely day and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye!